Good morning. Welcome back to the Retirement Report. I'm Hank Parrott, your host. All right, last segment I brought up an interesting question, right? What would it be like if you lost your job? What would it be like, in fact, if you were out of work for 30 years? Okay, and then we stop and we think, that's retirement. Okay, isn't that the way you picture retirement? You're going to retire. When you retire, people are living longer today. You're looking at 20, 25, 30 years without a job, maybe in retirement. Now, there'll be those that work in retirement, but hopefully it's because they're working because of the joy and the sense of contribution, okay, that brings to them, that it makes them feel good about themselves, gives them something to do that they look forward to do. In other words, they're working, doing something they enjoy as well. Not because they have to, not because they're doing something they hate, because they need the money. Okay, well, positioning yourself correctly, there's ways that you can, in fact, not run out of money. And that's the real key, isn't it? It's not about being rich, okay? Financial freedom is about never being broke, never being poor, never running out of money, being able to maintain your standard of living and your quality of life no matter how long you live. That's important, wouldn't you agree? All right, so we're going to offer up again. I'm going to show you, would it be worth it? Would it be worth some time, okay, a little effort, investing a little time and effort, if there was no cost or obligation on your part, okay, would it be worth it to you to be able to find out how to never run out of money? Okay, to look at your specific situation and say, I can put together a plan here, all right, and know I'm doing the best I can do. I'm doing the exact right things for me and my family going forward, to have that peace of mind and knowing what that financial future looks like. Well, if you'd like that, be one of the first 10 callers to my office this morning. The number is 615-376-5325. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you talk to you about Social Security, about Medicare. Does your current advisor talking to you about those things? When should you file? The difference between what do these key ages mean? Age 62, age 65, age 66, 67, depending on how old you are now. All right, age 70, age 59 and a half. These are all key dates, key ages, all right, that have to do with when you qualify for Social Security, when you qualify for Medicare. Do you realize how complex Medicare itself is? And healthcare costs, even with Medicare, okay, when you're retired, you're looking at, according to studies, about $220,000 or more in out-of-pocket, right? Over $200,000 in out-of-pocket health care costs, okay, that are not covered, in other words, by Medicare. How are you going to do that? How are you going to pay for that? Okay, there are ways that you can do that you're not going to have to come up with the 200 grand. There are ways that you can, through insurance and through how you structure your finances, you can get it covered to where you can cover that for less than half as that, all right, for a fraction of it. So if you want to find out about it, again, be one of the first 10 callers to my office, 615-376-5325. Debbie will take your call. She'll get your information. She will send you out a packet. It's just basically a little checklist of things to bring to the appointment to get the most out of that time, so we can put this analysis, this plan together for you. All right, and I'll send you out a free copy of my book, 7 Steps to Financial Freedom in Retirement. I'll go along with that, and in there we talk about, in the first couple of chapters, I lay out for you how to set up this foundational plan. IRA Mastery, how to reduce taxes, okay, as you're taking money out of your retirement accounts. This is another key factor, right? How to safely invest, in 2 parts. 1, safe money alternatives, and 2, how the smart money invests when it comes to the market. And we also deal with long-term care and, of course, estate planning. So it's a very comprehensive plan that we're going to work up for you. So again, first 10 callers, 615-376-5325. Debbie, stand by. She'll take your call and get this information out to you so you can come see me. All right. Invest a little time and energy and effort into what could, huge future, right? There are other studies that said people put more time into planning for their 1 or 2 week vacation than they do in the 20 to 30 years they're going to spend in retirement. So let's not be that. Let's take advantage. We want you to be above average. All right, the other part had to do with returns. We were talking about the market, right? What's going on with the volatility? 7% down in the first month of the year. And when we compare that to what it's done over the last 16 years, as I said, with the S&P, that's like losing 2 years of return. If you look at the average investor over that period, according to Dalbar and what they received, you're talking about giving up maybe 5 to 7 years worth of returns, okay, in just 1 month. All right, it's not, you didn't need to do that, okay? Properly invested, you could have made money over that period. You wouldn't have lost money. This 7% wouldn't have hit you as hard. And here's another one. And this is another thing that, when it comes to investing, is there any rule that says, you got to lose money to make money? All right. Is there any rule that says, that I've got to put my money out there in such a way that I've got to take these negative years to get positive years? What if you, in fact, could position yourself, how about an investment where you put your money in and you don't lose any money? It can never go below zero. Okay? And it will position you so when the market goes up, because we don't want to just take very small returns, right? I could put it in a bank if I wanted to do that, but what's the problem there? If I want to go with CDs and stuff and I'm only earning less than maybe 1%, depending on how long I'm tying up my money, what's the problem is I'm losing the purchasing power of my dollars because inflation goes up faster than the returns. So even in a low inflationary environment such as we have now, so if you look over over that same period, since this century, 2000 through 2015, the average inflation rate's right around, if you're looking at CPI, by the way, Consumer Price Index, you're looking at about a 2% average per year. Now, oil or gasoline has, of course, been all over the place in that period. We've had very high gas prices, very low gas prices, relatively speaking. What's it going to be like going forward? What do you actually see when you go to the grocery store? I talk to people every day that come in, and that's one of the common things. When you go to the grocery store, right, you ever notice? I stopped at the grocery store the other day, $86 worth of groceries, stopping just to pick up some odds and ends, I thought. $86. I'm walking out and I'm easily able to carry these bags and with no need of a cart to get me to my car, right? And there goes almost $100. So think of that for yourself. I've had clients come in that are spending, maybe their family has moved back in, any number. It could be $200, $300, $400 a week in groceries. Do you think maybe those prices have gone up a little faster than what? We know wages haven't gone up, right? And based on what we just looked at as far as investments, your investment portfolio probably didn't keep up with that. And when you look at other things like clothing and electricity, utilities, housing costs, those are going up faster. So how do you protect yourself against inflation? Because you got to get that bigger return. And yet, do I still have to worry about those negative returns? And so I'm going to show you an index. It's called the J.P. Morgan Mosaic. Okay, and this index is put out by J.P. Morgan, and it's an interesting index. It's another add-on, all right, because we're looking at everything. How can we blend all this stuff together? Why should I just take one path? All right, what if I put it all together? What if I use everything available to me out there? I don't take this position, as you may see with some advisors, where they say, well, no, you got to have everything in the market, or no, forget the market, that's too risky. You maybe want to use like annuities, insurance stuff, where you don't have to worry. Well, maybe if we put it all together, we might get the best result. In fact, right, there was a Wharton School of Business study recently came out that showed the best way to assure you'll never run out of money in retirement is to blend together stocks and, you ready? Fixed index annuities. Now, how do you do that, right? Well, we're going to talk about how to do it, and I'm going to show you some things about fixed index annuities that maybe you don't know. And what's the difference in, are annuities good? Are they bad? Maybe it's finding the right one. So we're going to get into that and more. Join me here because we're going to be right back on the Retirement Report.